After witnessing the horrifying transformation of Arik, Caden and his companions raced back through the forbidden forest. The shadows seemed to reach out to them, and every rustle of leaves made them jump. They didn't stop until they were well beyond the forest's edge, where the light of the kingdom's lanterns offered a semblance of safety. The journey back to the castle was a blur. Caden's mind raced with questions about Arik's transformation and the implications for the kingdom. He knew he had to inform King Alden, but he also knew that the king might be hesitant to act on such an unbelievable story. Upon reaching the castle, Caden was granted an audience with the king. He entered the grand hall, where King Alden sat on a throne adorned with the emblems of Eldoria. The king was a man of strong convictions, known for his wisdom and careful judgment. Caden bowed deeply before speaking. "Your Majesty, I have returned from the Forbidden Forest with troubling news. The ancient evil has returned, but it's not what we thought. It's Arik. He's transformed into something dark and powerful." King Alden's eyebrows furrowed. "Arik, the hero who defeated the ancient evil? This is a grave claim, Caden. Do you have proof of this transformation?" Caden hesitated. "I saw him with my own eyes, Your Majesty. He has changed. He's become one with the darkness of the forest." The king leaned back in his throne, his expression stern. "That's not enough. I cannot take action based on visions and stories. The kingdom has just begun to heal from past traumas. I need concrete evidence before I can commit resources to this matter." Caden felt a surge of frustration, but knew he couldn't force the king's hand. "I understand, Your Majesty. I'll find the evidence you need, but I urge you to be cautious. The darkness in the forest is growing." The king nodded, signaling for Caden to leave. "You may investigate, but do not cause alarm without cause. The kingdom relies on stability, and I won't jeopardize it without proof." Caden left the castle, determined to gather the evidence the king needed. He knew he couldn't do it alone, so he set out to find others who might help him. He traveled to the bustling market district, where rumors and information flowed freely. His first stop was the training grounds, where the kingdom's warriors honed their skills. There he met two formidable fighters. The first was Darius, a giant of a man with a reputation for his unmatched strength. He was known for his valor in battle, but he had grown disillusioned with the kingdom's politics. Darius was born in a small village on the outskirts of Eldoria, a place known for its iron mines and robust blacksmithing traditions. His father was a blacksmith, and his mother worked in the village's marketplace, selling crafted goods. Darius grew up with a hammer in his hand and a heart full of ambition. From a young age, he was larger than life, physically towering over his peers and mentally driven to make his mark. Despite his natural strength, Darius was not without challenges. His size made him a target for those seeking to prove their strength. He found himself in fights often, defending himself and his family's honor. He eventually became a respected figure in the village, feared by some and revered by others. One night, a rival village raided Darius's home. They came for their iron, but they left destruction in their wake. Darius fought fiercely, but the numbers were overwhelming. His father was killed in the struggle, and his mother was injured, leaving Darius to defend what was left of his family. Devastated by the loss, Darius swore to never again let harm come to those he cared about. He joined the kingdom's militia, honing his combat skills and mastering the art of wielding massive weapons. He gained a reputation as a fearsome warrior, but he never forgot his roots or the family he lost. His strength and loyalty became his trademarks, and he dedicated himself to protecting others from the same fate. Darius, Caden said, approaching him as he practiced with a massive warhammer. I need someone with your strength for a dangerous mission. There's something dark in the forest, and I need help uncovering it. Darius raised an eyebrow, eyeing Caden skeptically. What makes you think I'm interested in getting involved in the kingdom's troubles? Because this affects all of Eldoria, Caden replied. And if we don't act, the darkness could spread beyond the forest. Darius considered this for a moment, then nodded. I'm in. Just don't expect me to follow orders blindly. Caden was relieved to have Darius on his side. His next stop was the guardhouse, where he found Aaron, a skilled warrior with a reputation for his keen senses and agility. Aaron was a master archer, known for his uncanny accuracy. Aaron grew up in the forests of Eldoria, where his family lived in harmony with nature. His parents were renowned archers who taught him the ways of the bow and the importance of respecting the wilderness. Aaron showed an early affinity for archery, hitting targets with uncanny precision even as a child. However, his peaceful upbringing was disrupted when a group of poachers invaded the forest, killing wildlife indiscriminately. Aaron's family stood against them, but the poachers were ruthless and well-armed. In the ensuing conflict, Aaron's parents were killed, leaving him alone in the forest. The poachers left, but the damage they caused lingered. Aaron, fueled by grief and anger, took it upon himself to protect the forest from further harm. He became a silent guardian, using his archery skills to deter hunters and poachers. His accuracy became legendary, and stories spread of an unseen archer who could hit a target from impossible distances. Eventually, word of his skills reached the kingdom, and Aaron was invited to join the royal guard. He accepted, not for glory, but to ensure that he had the resources to protect the forest and prevent further tragedies. Though he became a respected figure in the guard, he often retreated to the wilderness, where he felt most at home among the trees and wildlife. Aaron, Caden said, approaching him as he cleaned his bow. I'm putting together a team for a mission that could determine the kingdom's future. Are you interested? Aaron looked up, his eyes sharp. What kind of mission? I'm not interested in politics. It's not about politics, Caden replied. It's about stopping an ancient evil from destroying everything we've rebuilt. Aaron hesitated, then shrugged. Sounds interesting enough. I'm in. The final person Caden needed was someone with a different set of skills. He visited the shadowy alleys of the market district, where thieves and rogues made their living. There, he found Elara, a cunning thief known for her stealth and quick thinking. Elara's life began in the narrow streets and shadowy alleys of Eldoria's market district. She was an orphan, left to fend for herself in a world that was unforgiving to those without connections. From a young age, she learned to survive by her wits, using her agility and cunning to navigate the dangerous underworld of thieves and rogues. Elara's reputation as a skilled thief grew quickly. She could slip into heavily guarded places without a sound and vanish before anyone knew she was there. Her talents attracted the attention of a local crime boss who took her under his wing. He taught her the finer points of thievery, but also instilled a code of loyalty among thieves. However, Elara's loyalty to the crime boss was tested when she discovered that he was involved in human trafficking. The thought of people being treated as commodities sickened her, and she decided to take action. She orchestrated a heist that not only freed the captives, but also exposed the crime boss's operations to the kingdom's authorities. Elara's betrayal made her a target among the criminal underworld, forcing her into hiding. Despite her reputation, she had a strong sense of justice and empathy for those who suffered. She became a rogue with a heart of silver, helping those in need while staying one step ahead of those
who sought revenge. Her life as a fugitive led her to cross paths with Caden, who saw in her a valuable ally. "Elara," Caden said as he approached her in a dimly lit corner, "I need someone who can move unseen and gather information. Would you be interested in a mission that could save the kingdom?" Elara smirked. "You think I'm a hero now?" "I'm just a thief, Caden. What's in it for me?" "The chance to be part of something greater," Caden replied. "And of course, whatever treasures you find along the way." Elara considered this, then grinned. "All right, I'm in, but don't expect me to play by the rules." Though she wasn't interested in becoming a hero, she found a kindred spirit in Caden's determination to make a difference. With him, she felt she could use her skills for a cause that mattered. Despite her reputation, she knew that sometimes it took a thief to bring justice to a kingdom filled with shadows. With his team assembled, Caden felt a surge of determination. Together, they would gather the evidence needed to convince the king and uncover the truth behind the darkness in the Forbidden Forest. The journey ahead would be dangerous, but they were ready to face whatever lay in wait.